Hi, my name is Grant Polay with 5D Survival. I would like to introduce you to the 100-hour candle made by Ready Hour. You see, candles are an important part of your survival preparations because they can provide heat for staying warm, perhaps heating water, as well as providing light at nighttime. Keep in mind that this is not necessarily your best lighting solution during the summer months. During the summer, if you lose power, you would likely want to use LED lighting as your first choice because candles would just add heat to the room. Now, I found this candle here on campingsurvival.com for $7.45. Interestingly, they're cheaper on campingsurvival.com than on the Ready Hour manufacturer website. Now, the Ready Hour website sells 12 of these for $119, which is about $10 per candle. So the point is that campingsurvival.com sells them for $2 each cheaper. The only catch is with survivalcamping.com, you have to buy $75 to get the free shipping. Now, mypatriotsupply.com also sells these for $7.95, but you got to buy at least $99 to get free shipping. So the bottom line is that campingsurvival.com appears to have the best price for these candles as of July 13, 2022. I've seen a couple of other cool products on their website, but this is really the one I find that has the best value to pay $75 and get that free shipping. I recommend you buy 11 of these, and you could sell the remaining ones to a family member or friend. So you probably should have at least 3 or 4 of them in supply. They're much better than regular candles because those can burn out in 5 to 6 hours. Now, suppose you want to burn this for 6 hours at a night, then that will last you about 16 days. So that it's a good usage. And remember that you don't want this to be your only source of lighting or heat. The heat on this candle is not very significant, but if the weather is cold and you have no heater, then it's definitely a doable solution. During the Texas power outage of 2021, I used a few regular candles to help keep my room warm, and it kind of got into the 50 degrees, so it was pretty cold. Unfortunately, I was not as prepared then as I am now. These candles are also clean burning and unscented, so you don't have to worry about any funky smells. It also doesn't produce any smoke, and it's generally safe to burn indoors. But remember, don't go to sleep at night with this burning, because it can produce just a very minimum amount of carbon monoxide. Therefore, you don't want to be leaving it alone while sleeping, and you also don't want to be in a very small area. You want good ventilation. And remember, there can always be a safety issue with children or a pet, such as a cat or dog, that knocks it over. It does have some safety precautions if it's knocked over, but remember, at the end of the day, it is a small fire. So don't put it next to anything that's flammable, such as paper. Keep it in an uncluttered area away from other fuel or heat. Now, interestingly, you can always put this in a mirror once it's lit if you want to direct more light into a room. So I've done that a few times and thought that was a pretty interesting technique. And to demonstrate, you simply light the top of the candle, and there you go. I used this a few weeks ago and it lit up my entire room during a power outage. Now, one final note is that you occasionally need to pull up the wick and clip a small portion off, which might require using a small knife. So after you're done, make sure that you put the cap back on. It comes with a little small cap. I need to find where that is. But that helps to prevent the fuel from evaporating. That's very important. Also, I would generally recommend not putting this in a to-go bag because I discovered that if you turn it upside down, it does leak even when you have the cap on. I will repeat, it will spill upside down even with the cap on. So because of that risk of a possible leakage, it's better to use at home. Again, this is where education comes in. The last thing you want to do is put this in a to-go bag and the fuel spills everywhere. And if you absolutely want to place it in a to-go bag, I recommend that you place it inside several sealed Ziploc bags, ideally even 3. I'm gonna go ahead and blow this out. So You put in each Ziploc bag, and then that way if one's not properly sealed, you at least have another Ziploc bag that can catch it. But again, it's not ideal for it to go bad. Now the fuel is considered stable, so it should last several years and not go bad. And that is my understanding. So a lot of times you got to worry about things eventually evaporating. It is made in the United States, so you don't have to worry about junk being made from China. The fuel is called tetradecane. So if you want to research that, it's supposedly not toxic, but I also keep some gloves when I'm messing with it, just to be safe. The wick is made from cotton and is mercury free. And before each use, you want to trim that wick about 1/4 of an inch before lighting the candle. That's the only maintenance it requires, other than remembering to put the cap on the top. The cap is a very small piece, so you want to definitely be careful with young children. Again, my only complaint with it is having to put the wick up, having to pull that. I use a knife and some gloves as a precaution. Again, it's supposedly not toxic, but I prefer not to get any fuel on my hands. But with the hassle of pulling up that wick, it's not the end of the world, or maybe it is, but it's not due to having to pull the wick up. Although the word wick is also inside of the word wicked. Okay, sorry. I just had to include that dad joke while I was at it. One final thing is always do your research before you buy. So, for example, you'll want to look on Amazon, you'll want to look on the manufacturer website, Google the product for other sellers and look at the reviews. Pay attention also if there are shipping costs. You could find it cheaper in another location, but also it might require paying for shipping. Now, sometimes the manufacturer website will provide a discount if you enter your email address when first visiting the website, and that can really help you save money. You can also use your cell phone to Google Ready Hour candle coupon, and you'll find websites with discount codes sometimes. Now, I say to use your cell phone in case you come across any shady websites, because your mobile phone's less likely to get a virus. For some reason, sometimes shady websites like to catch people promising coupons. So you also want to take off your phone from the home wireless network, and that way if the website sees you're on that same IP address, they won't not present that pop-up that has the little coupon code. So it's kind of like a little tech tip just to keep in mind. Now, I've already saved $10 to $20 using many of these coupon codes, and one of the early mistakes I made when prepping was ignoring a lot of these discount savings. Now, if you don't want to give away your personal email address, that's totally fine. Just create a Gmail account to hand out for all of these coupons. Again, avoid the temptation of wanting to buy all your survival gear in 1 to 2 weeks, because you will overspend if you take that approach. And don't assume that a 12-pack or a 24-pack is always going to be cheaper. Yes, buying in bulk can be good, but you still want to divide the total cost by the number of product. On Ready Hour, they sell that 12-pack for $119, which is $10 each, but Camping Survival has them for $7.45 on sale. I hope this video has been helpful. Please remember to like it if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. I'll keep sharing my research as I find other great products. Again, my name is Grant Pole with 5D Survival.